it if I want it. Gotta make to myself a promise. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top.
Yo, no, I ain't the type to give up. If I do something, man, I do it till I get what I want. I turn a business out of nothing into something I love. I got a poker face, but honestly, I'm not one to bluff. I flip a switch, never miss, man, I always stay up. Don't let them see you, bitch, always have a plan to stay tough. This life ahead of you ain't easy, it was built to be rough. But that's what makes a personality, is tragedy, bruh. So keep your head on your shoulders. Now we ain't out here moving rocks, we out here moving boulders. Now we ain't getting posterized, we out here making posters, and we ain't got nothing to hide.
What up, what up, what up, and welcome into Pregaming here on Sports Money. Hope everyone's having a great hump day. Hump day, it is Wednesday. Boy, the weeks are flying by here. We got a lot going on in the world of sports money. And of course, the big thing to talk about, the ribeye contest is underway. You guys have had my hands full. I love it. Busy. We're finding some YouTube distortion. Some of us are not getting the posted pics. So once again, I'll remind you guys, just take a screenshot if you posted it. And then as long as, we see the time and date stamp, I'll make sure that we get it edited. I know a couple of you have reached out to me today with that, but what a day we've had. The board is filling up. Lots of cashers. Again, you guys have really done a terrific job finding winners, ultimately, is what it comes down to. Still got some spots out there that need to get entered. A couple of you guys are still trying to get in there, it looks like here. Phil the Kill. Stop Geoengineering. Smoke and Mirrors. Sharpie. Ken Wood. Nuke Worker. Go 2310, our leader in the clubhouse going into today. DJ Hardy, the 5th place overall. ZC 33333333. Stern Company, Here to Argue. Subhuman Gaucho, Two Tones is one of our leaders. And Barney, trying to get in there and make some things happen. So busy as ever. Make sure you guys get those plays in. Still some games tonight. Still plenty of games tonight to get involved with. Nobody's missing out on anything, but we do have ourselves a nice little contest rolling here. I've been putting out a video each morning recapping the previous day's results. And if you haven't seen it yet, I've got it right here. We'll take a look. Oh, that's not it. Oops, that's not it. Albeit, though, those were the premium plays today. Pittsburgh cashed, no problem. I hate giving out a minus 150, but I was a little apprehensive about that minus 1. I thought they win by 1. I thought it was a great Pittsburgh spot. They won by 2, and they cashed the under 9 for us. We pushed Milwaukee under 8, and Seattle was looking good until the bullpen, and it blew up on us. So 2-1-1 there. We did cash. Whoops, let me fix this banner. We did cash the Instagram play of the day. Wellenbach gets out there and goes over 18.5. That meant that dude had to go into the 7th inning. He did. He got 7 innings pitched, 21 outs. We got the over 18.5 at plus 125. So make sure you guys do check out those Instagram plays. We post them out there on Twitter. So the best way to stay attuned of what's going on here with sports money is to make sure you follow the Sports Money Wins page on X. Anytime something gets posted, the link will be out there, and Twitter, just bottom line, they're just more reliable with getting those notifications out there. So, I saw that, for example, this show started, the notification didn't go out there, at least timely from YouTube. So Twitter is the source that you'll find the updated content. Don't want to miss out on it, but I want you guys to get involved in play. So if you don't like player prop plays of the day, tell me what you want. We'll find a way to get that out there so that you guys do get out and check it. We've got over 20 now subscribers on the Instagram side of things. So we're just trying to build it out. Just trying to get a little wider net when it comes to social media. I'm going to try to get a wider net here with this camera. What's going on? What's going on? That's okay. It's good enough. It's busy. I'll tell you, I've been busy today. And I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys all making comments, posting to the videos. It's been tremendous first couple of days. Boy, last night, 6. I think there was 6. Bottom of the 8th, the team was up or ninth inning team was down, walk-off spots out there. It's impressive because, if you're in the eighth inning and your team's up, you're not going again. You're done. So those eighth inning spots were huge. I think the big one for today has to be Taylor Ward. Guy got hit by a pitch and he drove in an RBI. Impressive. So far, the biggest cash on the day. Kyle Tucker looks like he was the big bomb. A couple of you had Kyle Tucker. Jorge Polanco for the Mariners, despite a 2-run scoring effort today. He came through at plus 190. And we've got a bunch of Mets action. We've got some, what else do we have? Tigers action. We've got some Nationals action. We've got some Mets. We've got some Tampa. Boy, there's still a lot of plays to go. So I'll have to do some more record keeping. I'm trying to stay up on it real time, but as the day goes on, sometimes things pop up, and naturally, I hope you can understand. Here's the top 5 leaderboard. I found that out there. I think the big thing to highlight here, shout out to GoGo2310, continuing to run, 425, leader in the clubhouse. Outlaw Capper, that's our guy Gonzo. He's rolling out there at 400. Now, this goes into today, so this doesn't account for today. This is just through day 2. Algus enters the top 5 at plus 395. Two-Tone St. Paul enters at plus 373. And there's Nicholas Handy rounding out the top 5. The piece to highlight, the average contestant has plus 165. That means the majority of everybody are on the board at this point. And you can see it's only 1.5, 2 spots away from anybody's game right now. So keep your eyes on that. Pay attention. And let's continue to have some fun with it. We're only 3 days in. We've got 7 more to go. So a couple of you guys got hot early. Let's see if you can stay hot as the contest evolves. Fun stuff indeed. We've got ourselves a live stream tonight, popping off at 8:30 for the NBA. I'm going to be a few minutes late to start. Doesn't mean you shouldn't be there or be square. And I'm going to give you guys a couple of spots that I like here. I'll tell you what, I got a Scud missile attack. It's been a long time since I've had a Scud missile attack, but I do. I've got a Scud missile for this Pacers game tonight. Smaller baseball slate, as I said. We've got the Detroit-Baltimore spot. We've got the Yankees in Kansas City. We've got Texas and Minnesota, San Francisco and Colorado. I'll talk about that Scud missile. And I've got 2 WNBA plays for us tonight. I think that covers a pretty large card. And we've had a pretty good couple of days. Let's not dismiss it. I mean, maybe it's because we're just dialed in. Maybe it's because we're invested in this thing right now. And it's literally been majority of the time in the office, scrubbing the card, finding the sports out there. We had a 7-unit day yesterday. I mean, plus 7 units on the day was awesome. The Instagram play of the day lost. That was Freddie Freeman, over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. So we went 1-1. We're now 2-1. We're not 2-1. We're up a unit on the Instagram play of the days. So that's good. Cincinnati, what a game. 1-0 spot out there. Andy Abbott gets a complete game in, and we cashed both the first 5 and the full game. It was sweaty. It was 1-0, but it got there for us. We got the over 9.5 in the Cubs and Phillies game. That was a nice casher. Unfortunately, the Nats got walked off in the 10th inning by the Mets. Polar Bear was one of them guys, Pete Alonso, that got that Mets team to get the W. The Brewers got the job. They got 4-1 win over the Atlanta Braves. That was a plus 117 spot. Max Fried came through and got the winner for us. That was a plus 105 spot out there. Chicago Sky continued to stink. That team is fundamentally flawed. Under 73.5 was no sweat bet there. I think we got that one by 6 or 8 points. And we got the under 7.5 in that Astros game. Astros White Sox was 4-2. Sweaty indeed was the San Francisco Colorado game. I did take some Colorado live and pre-flop. I felt good. Then you could just see what was happening. And the books were slow to react. I was cashing. I got plus 450, plus 375, and plus 325 on the San Francisco Giants. They had the bases loaded. They were still offering a 425. What the fuck? So I took it. I was nervous about the 11.5, but San Francisco ended up getting the win. The under 11.5 cashed, and we closed the night out with a blowout. San Diego over the LA Dodgers. Seeing the board clearly. Feeling really good about it. We started off today, like I said, 3-1-1 on the, 3-1-1 on the board today to start it off. My head's spinning. There's so much going on here, but I love it. Love it. We're making money. That's the most important thing. And I'm feeling good about it. Feeling ready to attack this card tonight. I hope you guys feel the same. What do we got going on? Well, I'll tell you what we've got going on here. VB, MMA, and Ramon Scott recorded the first edition, the first installment of UFC Atlanta. That is out there for you guys to check out. We will record First Strike tonight before I pop in. We usually pop that thing off at 8, so should be tight, but I'll be there. And we just finished up the US Open, so that'll be out there at 7 p.m. So as soon as this show's done, you'll have a gap between this show and the 8:30 live stream. We got about an 8-minute video Jeff and I recorded. Jeff had a huge week last week. He cashed a plus, I think it was a 650, a 550, and a 350 or a 400. Look, proof is in the pudding. Big bombs out there, despite Scotty Scheffler's and Rory McIlroy's having, Rory didn't have a field carry-away victory last week. He missed a cut, but still big bombs. Big bombs indeed. I might even be underestimating one of them at plus 800. So anyways, the U.S. Open video is out there. I'll tell you what, I've got 2 doozies for the first round matchups. You're going to want to check those out. Like I said, it's 8 minutes. So make sure you guys check that out. Watch it. Hit a thumbs up for us. And we'll keep doing it. If we don't get the views, we won't keep doing it. Fortunately, I think you guys like what's happening in golf. We're in the dog days of summer. So you're going to see baseball. You're going to see golf. You're going to see soccer. And you're going to see UFC. We'll see what else you see. There's a lot of seeing going on right now. But I see you guys, and I appreciate you all being a part of this contest. And I hope you're having fun. I love the messages. Some of you guys are dialed in. And maybe it's first time. The thing about this contest for the ribeyes, maybe some of you guys were a little apprehensive about getting into the RBI game there, and you weren't sure. But guess what you're doing right now? You're tracking. You're getting results. And you're building some confidence. So as we leave here and move into the dog days of summer after this contest, you guys will be well equipped to fire. And you're going to have a hell of a database here. I'm not going to take the spreadsheet down. We're going to leave it out there. And so as you continue to move forward, you can look and see which guys were cashing, which guys weren't cashing. And it's not as easy as just picking the favorites. I saw somebody said just pick favorites and it's going to be 70% favorites. So not true. Plus 200s, plus 225s, plus 240s. Saw some jerk off left a comment today about something about they just want to take from you and screen time or something. And I was thinking, what a shithead. What a shit comment to make. Like, we're giving you guys a free contest. We're all working together. We're having fun. We're building the community. We're learning a new skill set in the gambling trade, which is so important. That's going to be something that we can take with us moving forward. And all you're going to do is come in and hate. And I told you guys, they don't want you to win, and they don't want you to have fun doing it. Those are 2 big components that we believe in, winning and having fun. And I am too. So I love it. I love the live stream that we had last night with Sharpie there, where we're kind of counting the RBIs as they were coming across the pike. That was fun. That was a little different. And it gave me a great idea for our NFL live streams on Thursdays as the NFL season starts. Only going to be a few weeks away. I mean, it's probably like 2.5 months away, but still good stuff. All right. Let's get going. You guys got to get to work. You know the deal. We're in show. Thumbs up. Post-show comments. You guys, I think we've broken the YouTube algorithm. I do. I think it's in a positive way. But we had like 250 views on a video. We had like 200 comments. I don't know anybody in the world of YouTube that can say that. And it's awesome. So I appreciate you guys staying true to the contest. I hope you're having fun with it, as I said. Hope you're betting some of these RBIs too. I mean, shit, even if you put $5 or $10 on it, you're still in a position to get some cash. And, it's just fun. It's fun to see. I love watching you guys cash these RBIs now because I've been giving out RBIs since before it was cool. And I love to see the sweat that you guys have there. It's the 8th or 9th inning. And then I get the text messages or the DMs that are like, did you see that one? Yeah, I'm watching it, man. I'm dialed in. I see what you guys are on. It's awesome. It's fun. But anyhow, we're in show, thumbs up time, post show comments, in show, thumbs up, post show comments. Guess where we are? We're in show. Close that chat, smash the thumbs up button, and then let's get back into it and let's keep her going. These are the most important things we can do. Professional disruptors here when it comes to what's happening with YouTube. The Sports Money voice is getting loud. It should be proud. You guys have done a great job, not just with this contest, but man, the sharpest damn chat in the business. Let them know we're here. Hit that thumbs up button. We'll get the show. Okay. See how quick that was? Good habit. I don't care if you don't do it for anybody else's shows, except for the Sports Money Network. But please take the time to do that, you guys. It's so important as we continue to grow. And hey, I told you we're going to focus in. We're going to launch on Instagram. We got some fun things coming up that we're going to start to put over there. Some other content. YouTube's still going to be the primary horse that pulls the sleigh. But why not? Why not get into this thing here? It's a good time in the summer to start to roll some things out, create some good habits, and keep her moving. So that being said, we have been moving. It's been on fire the last couple of days. We started off the week sluggish. Close, safe to say we've put that behind us. We can rest assured that we're going to finish this week strong as well. Big games tonight on deck. So let's see what the chat's got going on. Get your pen and paper out. Let's record these best bets. And let's just keep making money, man. Isn't it so much fun when you're making money? Yeah, I love it. Let's go. Jover's going to start us off, giving us the Rays and Sox. Going over 9.5 in the Sox. Sox game. Let's go. Jover likes a little over action out there. My guy Gerald Jones is rolling with us. He likes the first. My eyes are fucking blurry today. Let me restart. He likes the OKC Indiana first quarter under 56. And he cashed his Kyle Tucker ribeye today. Plus 200, man. That was good money. You guys know I'm a sucker for Kyle Tucker. Shout out to Joe W. Stop Geo Engineer. Ignatius Pennyfeather. Stop Geo. I got to make sure you're in the contest, brother. You got to make sure. And if you did enter, screenshot it and send it back to me. What I do, and it would be helpful if you guys don't comment on somebody else's play until I do. Because when I go in, I've got the filter for the video that I can sort by non-responded comments. So let me respond first. Not an ego thing, just for sorting and tracking. I don't want to miss anybody's entry. So let's go. Joe Dub, Stop Geo, Ignatius Pennyfeather, Nicholas Handy's ready. He's in the house. So they had a great MLB day yesterday, ready to keep it rolling. There's DJ Hardy, number 5 scumbag. Well, he's probably the number 1 scumbag, but he's number 5 in the contest rolling into today. Brian Smith is here. Let's go, you guys. DJ Hardy says Vlad Jr. was free money. He was. He sure was. Ignatius Pennyfeather's got booming over 5.5 Ks in the White Sox. Houston Nerfy. Looks like a parlay action for plus 273. There's Redbeard. Says Algus is back. Ignatius says, damn Nets. Yep. Shout out to Peter Gracia. Appreciate you, man. Always reposting on Twitter. I see it. I appreciate it. That means a lot. Makes him mad, which makes me happy too. So I appreciate you, Peter. Let's go. Barry's here. Says 2 wins, 1 push, and 1 loss day action. Sounds like you're in the black, dude. Let's go. Mitch Morber's here. The Futon bets like the Pacers money line. Ignatius Pennyfeather says Tucker at plus 200 was sweet. It sure was. Jay Main's here, ready to roll. Stop Geo says cash that over. Angels and A's. I cashed the first 5. I added that late. Oakland first 5. Then I saw they're getting busted up, so that's nice to see. Gerald says it. Never has a truer word been uttered, my friend. And it's only when, they'll hate on you when you're losing. They'll hate on you even more when you're winning. So it's a fucking crazy world here, but it's the world that we play in. It's the world that we play in out there. Peter says he's still jet lagged from Europe. Mitch Morber's got Ryan O'Hearn today at plus 155 for Baltimore out there. The O's. Stop Geo says DK doing a 30% NBA live boost. Let's go. J Main says Padres loaded up, 1 out. Peter's telling you to hit the like button. There's Spoon Bets. Says, I bet you forgot to hit the like for Mike. Let's go, you guys. I like it when it rhymes. Let's go. Spoon Bets is giving you guys the Astros -1. He's 2-0 to start the day. Likes OKC from Peter Gracia. Sox Tampa Bay over. Robert McCormick's checking in. Jay Main says he just seen the cash the A's first 5. Team total over. Let's go. Blake M. Tigers money line. Appreciate Blake M. being here. That's a good way to look at it, dude. They don't boo nobodies, huh? Told us to sit on our hands. We said, we're not sitting on no fucking hands. We're here to make some money. We got some info to share. We're going to keep it going. Joe W. getting that membership upgraded for 9 months now. Says chilling and grilling. Let's go. Let's go indeed. All right, guys, I'm going to pop this off here. This game's going to start fast, so we're going to get into it right away. I'm going to tell you I am on the Orioles today. I had him in the parlay yesterday. I stayed away. I was a little concerned about the number. Didn't seem quite right given some of the circumstances. I feel a little bit different about this spot today. 2 days in a row, they're a favorite, first and foremost. That's a big factor that we have to consider when it comes down to it. This line opened up at minus 112. All the money pouring in on the Tigers right now. The hot Tigers, with all the action, 72% of the bets, 70% of the cash coming in on Detroit. The 3-1-3. And this line's gone from minus 112 to minus 130 for Baltimore. That key number of 9 is not budging, and there's 97% of the bets and 97% of the cash on the over in this one. And it's Eflin with that 4.47 ERA and Casey Mize with a 2.91 ERA. Now, I get why, first glance, you want to be on this thing and you're saying, hey, I'm going to take advantage. Red light. Casey Mize. First of all, FanDuel's got the best number, plus 120. Yeah. Grimy as FanDuel is with that bullshit, charging a tax for Indiana residents out there. They tried it in Massachusetts. They tried it in New Jersey. They got shut the fuck down. Indiana let it go. Bad precedent being set, but we know when FanDuel has the bad number. We got to squeak our brakes here really quick. And the misleading factor for me is the difference between home versus road splits for Casey Mize. I also believe in these Baltimore bats. I mean, look, we've seen Rooshman, Gunnar Henderson, you name it. And I see O'Hearn as well. Lots of action, lots of guys to like to get involved with when it comes down to it. I'm just not buying. Why are we sitting here with 2 days in a row? And when you talk about the difference in the ERA, look, I got to stop saying, look, it's a bad habit. Casey Mize is a 1.22 whip dude. That means he's putting ducks on the pond. His ERA is double when he's on the road versus at home. He's got a 3.9 ERA on the road. That being said, the last time he played Baltimore, he was at home. He did give up 8 hits and a home run. He just came off a bad start. He went 4.2 innings. He gave up 6 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned. He walked 4 dudes, only got 3 strikeouts. And guess who that was against? The White Sox. I told you before, pitchers happen in bunches. They get hot in bunches. They get cold in bunches. We're at the cold spot here with our guy, Casey Mize. 3.1 innings pitched against Kansas City. That was on the road, by the way, where he's double his ERA. He gave up 8 hits. I'm in on Baltimore. There's not a lot more that I need to get into when it comes down to it. I thought this number 2 days in a row, especially off a loss like that, and you're going to give me, you're laying some juice, but I think it's worth the squeeze in this case out there. My notes are all messed up today too, by the way. I got golf, I got UFC, I got prop plays, I got early morning. Bear with me as we get through this thing together, but I popped my card off. I popped the top with some Baltimore O's action out there. Jay Main says they ain't get shit. Peter Gracia, Reggie Jackson, good call. Mitch Morber says that's my RBI play today. O'Hearn, did you put it in the contest, Mitch? Redbeard says everybody in the 313, put your hands up and wave them just like me. Isn't that how that goes? Let's go. A little 8 Mile action. Jay Main says, is it me? But it seems all the TV games go under. I'm going to do a deep dive one weekend on this. Couple things you want to think about. Wednesdays traditionally are getaway days, as are Sundays. The thing about that is these boys, especially if they're traveling, just want to get the hell out of town. They're done. Like the Cubs today, was it hard to predict the Cubs were going to, Luzardo, first of all. But second off, the low scoring number for that hard-hitting Cubs lineup, look, they don't exercise plate discipline the same way. Look, I did it again. Stop doing that. Don't do it. Okay. They're looking to get out of town. They're not exercising plate discipline. They're swinging at everything. They're getting a little looser. They're just trying to take some chances because they know, look, the series was the first couple days. Obviously they want to win that game, but Phillies had the advantage out there. Cubs were in a travel spot. Plus, the Cubs are going back home after this one. So kind of that's why I think you see that on Wednesdays. And then Sundays on top of that, another getaway spot. Only a few clubhouses have really nice amenities for the visiting teams, and the rest of them are like a fucking third world country, like a Motel 6 that forgot to put the light on. Shout out to the Dap Cat. He says, greetings, Mikey Money. Wednesday card. He's got the O's, the Yanks, the Thunder -5, and the Sparks +10 for our guy, Joey Marinaccio. Appreciate Joey coming in here. So that's some thought I have on why you see these getaway days. Now, you can't just assume it's a getaway day. You have to double check if some of these series might start a day later. Some of them might be 4 games versus 3 games. So you still got to do a little bit of research behind there, but there's a reason that you see a lot of unders. And, there's a little takeaway for everybody that I'm sure you guys have thought about that before, but it's real. It happens. It's not an anomaly that you look at a card on a Wednesday and you're like, man, there's a lot of unders on this card. And then you factor in that these guys just could give a shit and they're going to swing at everything. Mm-hmm. Now, some of these guys like Judge and Ohtani's can get away with it. Speaking of Ohtani, he screwed a lot of people yesterday. A lot of you guys, 2 days in a row, the predominant pick did not come through. Day one was, who's that scrub in Oakland? Jacob Wilson. I think 4 or 5. That was the biggest pick, was Jacob Wilson for the A's. Commend you guys for taking a shot with an A's player. Yesterday was Ohtani. Biggest stiff on the card. I think 5 or 6 had Ohtani yesterday. Today, probably Francisco Lindor thus far is candidate for the biggest stiff on the card. Now, I'm not going to try to anti-juju anybody that's in the game here, but for what it's worth, food for thought. I don't know why that is. I don't have an answer for that. It looks too good to be true. It probably is, I guess, is the answer. I'm not fucking with the Rays and Red Sox game. I'll give you guys the splits really quick here. This 9.5's moved to a 10. 79% of the bets and 83% of the cash are on the over. The line's pretty much oscillating. It's come down 2 cents on the favorite in the Red Sox. It's gone up 7 cents in favor of a dog spot for the Tampa Bay Rays, with 48% of the bets and 64% of the cash on Tampa. Not a lot of movement. It's kind of pros versus Joes. My assumption would be that pros are taking Tampa because it's the road AL East team. Those teams win a lot on the road, and it's plus money. I'm also not messing with the Nats and the Mets. That fucking ripped my heart out and squashed all over it there. That was one of our lone losses on the day yesterday. Big movement. I'm not going to lay 275 on the Mets. No question their bats are hot right now. 96% of the bets, 89% of the cash are on the Mets, and the total's moved up a half a run. So they are expecting runs. Maybe it is a Lindor day. Let's see. Mets, Lindor. Torrance. Torrance was a sneaky play from Keith Each Every Stride. He's our resident Mets expert. He's throwing Torrance out there for anybody so inclined. There's another Lindor. So we'll see. Ellie De La Cruz had a couple spots on there today. He came through. But in any event, not going to mess with that NL East battle either. I think that over is a little trappy. I don't know. I'm a little out of sequence here. Kansas City and the Yankees is a game I am going to mess with. And it's tricky because the Yankees are in a 21-0 spot, which is very frightening. But the price tag makes you scratch your head. -122, now -125. Opening up as a low road favorite are these Yankees with Clark. Took a big Schmidt on the bump. It's Bubik on the other side of things. 77% of the bets, 76% of the cash are on the Yankees. This 9, that key number of 9, has 98% of the bets and 97% of the cash on the over. We see some 8.5s out there. Is Clark take a big Schmidt going to go out there and shove? That's the question we have to ask ourselves. On the other side of things, Bubich is a 1.43 ERA. 1.43 ERA for Bubich. Some numbers you got to like to see. And if you look at the books, it's priced accordingly. The full game is around an even money spot for Kansas City, but it's almost a -130 in some places for the first 5 with Kansas City. This is one of those spots where I want to shorten down some heavy bats. You know what I mean? Like Kansas City's one of those teams that can get hot or cold. And when they get cold, they are ice cold. Whew, frozen. But man, one of the best pitchers they got is Chris Bubich. And he pitches great at home with a 1.38 ERA. Heating up, this guy is. This one feels a little bit like when I gave you the Schwellenbach numbers on Instagram today. We're on the gram. 7 innings pitched, 6.1 innings pitched, 7 innings pitched, 7 innings pitched, 7 innings pitched. He did give up a couple sixes to the White Sox and the Astros, 6 hits in both those games. Since then, here's the bunches effect. He gave up 2 hits, and 4 hits. Minnesota and Detroit were in that mix. Only 3 earned runs in his last 5 games. One of them was a home run, and that was against Houston. They lost that game 2-1. They can play some defense. They come to play, whether they score or not. They're making those extra effort attempts when Bubich is on the bump, and that's what I want to get involved with here. For me, straightforward, pretty good opportunity. Just trying to read the line on this one and play the hot hand. On the flip side, with Clark took a big Schmidt. What happened there? What happened? Where'd you go? What happened? I told you guys my notes are a little bit all over the place here, but Schmidt's not a guy that I've backed. You guys have heard me talk about him time and again. He's just not a guy I want to get behind. And, it's of the Yankees pitchers. I mean, he's a 1.29 whip guy. So there's a problem. You're putting ducks on the pond. You're walking dudes as well. He did come off a pretty decent start, 5.2 innings as far as distance, but they kind of left him out there to roast because he got hit 7 times. He gave up 3 runs. He's got a 4.79 ERA on the road. On top of that, I'm going to play what I think is that hot hand. And I'm going to go with Kansas City in the first 5 in this game. How about that? Casey Kelly V's picking up what I'm putting down. Let's see what you guys got. Nasty Nate says the Red Sox smash. Textile says this contest is so much fun. Yeah, for you, dude. You're winning every day. That's awesome, man. I'm glad you're having fun with it. All you guys. It's good stuff. Peter Grassi says, Reggie made it famous. Fans don't boo nobodies. Boston, perfect temp baseball weather. Wind blowing out, too. I could see it. I could see it being that night. Josh Lowe, ribeye for Redbeard. He did play that for his official play in the contest. I love you guys talking about the ribeyes that you're on to. Warms my heart. Pasquantino for Kelly V says, Vinny P ribeyes only plus 115. Maybe they're thinking he's going to smack. Peter Grassi is leaning KC in over. Let me see if I can find that. I don't know if it really matters, does it? That I don't even want to put it in the ether, as they say. 740. I definitely fucked that one up as far as the timing goes. But AL Central home dogs are 32-18. That was a note that I had out there. And I can't find my Clark Schmidt number there with the Yankees. But anyways, doesn't matter. Let's give me the first 5. Let's get in and out. Peter Grassi says DraftKings has 8.5. Just moved on the Orioles for Dougie Wise. Hey, we've been hot. We want to stay hot. That way we don't have to get hot. You know what I'm saying? We do that. We're in good shape out there. Let's go to this game here. Texas and Minnesota. Probably the biggest eye-opening situation yesterday was the massive amount of runs that the Texas Rangers were able to put up out there. Didn't see it coming. Couldn't see it coming with a fucking satellite drilled in at 100% capacity. It just wasn't happening. It wasn't in my bingo card whatsoever. And today we've got David Festa and Jack Leiter on the bump. Festa's got a 5.4 ERA. They just don't get runs for this guy. 0-1 with a 5.4 ERA means he's either giving up too many early and they can't get the runs to back him up, or he's just not getting a start at all. Leiter on the other side of things with a 3.48 ERA. The challenge I have here is it was 16-4 yesterday. 16-4. Texas busted up with bats that aren't traditionally that hot. Now they are coming of age. 5-0 win against the Nats, 4-2 win against the Nats, then 16-4. And what I tell you about them Twins, they stink and they stink in a row. 1-4 in their last 5. You don't win games if you're not scoring. Pretty simple adage out there when it comes down to it. Leiter with his ERA spot here with a 3.42. Only gave up 3 hits, 1 earned run his last start for 5 innings. I like to look at this recent form. You guys have heard me talk about it time and again. They lost to that Tampa team. Last game of that series, I believe it was 4-3. Even still, he's good to give up a run or maybe 2. He gave up 1, 3, 2, 0, and 1 over his last 5. Maybe you can see where I'm going with this. The wild card for us here is Festa. And Festa likes playing at home. What are you going to say? He's got a 1.38 ERA. Surprising as it is, and he's coming off a shit start. It was against Oakland, but it was on the road. But he's just been... He's the point of contention. He doesn't even go 5 innings. We were laughing about him last night on the live stream. So I don't want to get behind Minnesota. The price is weird. Minus 145. I'd be inclined to say Texas. But I don't want to back a team that just fucking blew their load, right? The whole blown load theory out there. You scored too many runs. You didn't leave any in the tank. So the only way I could look at this game was looking at the total. And fortunately, I found some intersecting zeros. What happened? Shit. Please hold. Oh, thank God. It's like, did I just lose all of my notes? You're going to hear me making picks without any reasoning behind them. We got intersecting zeros with this Texas-Minnesota spot. Minnesota. Kind of in a shit funk. They struck out less than 7 times with less than 9 guys left on base. They're 11-0 to the under. That's a weird stat because it just kind of says you're just not good. When you're just not good, you're 11-0 to the under. They're also 7-0 to the under if they use more pitchers than the opponent, which is strange. Because that means you got to leave somebody in to go a little too long. And is that Festa? It scares me. It does scare me. But Texas, after the blown load factor, 11-0 to the under. And the blown load factor is you scored 7 or more runs and you got walked 4 or more times. It's not just scoring too many runs. The average in that Texas spot, they're averaging 5.6 total runs a game. 5.6. Well under this 8.5 spot for us. So we're gambling. I like to be educated and make informed betting decisions here, but I just think this is one of those spots where what the numbers tell us is Minnesota's not going to score and Texas blew their load. And so I'm going to jump in on this under 8.5 for these boys as we roll on. What do we got? Let's see. Stop Jesus. Giving us his imitation of support. Okay. Appreciate everybody checking in. Make sure you smash that thumbs up button. That's my reminder. It's important. Most important thing you can do in show. Smack that thumbs up button. Trying to grow the channel. Bringing in new eyeballs, which means that they'll bring in new bets. Not that our bets aren't good, but we always want more bets. I told you guys before, I'm a proponent. You're not wowing me by betting $2,000 on something. 1 spot every other day for $2K ain't going to get it done. Even if you're hitting at 60%, you're just leaving money on the table. Can't find more than 1 play in a card. Dial that bet down a little bit. Cast a wider net. You get more dinner when it comes down to it. And we got the San Francisco Giants. They got some dinner last night. What a live bet. It's tough to show it ended. I was just happy the under cashed. I was also happy that I was able to get some good plus money on San Francisco. Stupid. The bases were loaded. You guys got to watch that in baseball. If you're looking at it, I'm watching the game, so I'm assuming a lot of you guys are too. But when you see they got the bases loaded and you can still catch a plus 375, I mean, it's 2 outs. So there was definitely some, but it's the Rockies. And I was thinking to myself, what did C-Mac tell us a year ago? You're going to take the Rockies, just take them in the first 5. That being said, I'm inclined to take the Rockies full game tonight. 96% of the bets and 97% of the cash are on the Giants. What do we know about the Giants? Well, if it wasn't for that 9th inning with the run explosion that they had, that game was going under and they were taking the L. Pretty straightforward. Now, on the bump today, we got Kyle Freeland for the Rockies, and we got Robbie Ray for the Rays, or for the Giants. This is a lefty-lefty matchup. So right off the gate, I'm thinking lefty-lefty's got to be an under. They only see the lefties once every 6 starts or so, give or take. Now, Kyle Freeland, he's a ducks on the pond guy, and he stinks in Coors. Guy probably can't wait to get the hell out of here. I'd imagine he's done after this year. He's put his time in. 7.71 ERA at Coors. Back-to-back road starts. He gets 6 innings pitched against the Mets. He gets 6.1. That means he went into the 7th inning against Miami. At home against the Yankees, though, 4.2 innings pitched. It's not the guy you necessarily want to instill confidence with here, but Robbie Ray, he's got a 3.06 ERA when it comes down to road starts here. He's coming off of a 7-inning pitcher. He doesn't mind Coors. Now, keep this in mind. Last time he played Colorado, he goes 7 innings. 2 hits only. Blanked him. It's Colorado. Not going to find a lot of offense against Robbie Ray. And if you want to compound that, or you want to get a couple more validation points, we've got intersecting zeros. San Francisco, after a road game and left 4 runners on base or more, the unders cashed 12 straight times. It's going under the total by over 4.5 runs a game. Crazy. Colorado. If they gave up runs in the 9th inning, a.k.a. they shit the bed, they're 10-0-1 to the under. And they're going under by 2.5 runs a game in those spots, on average. The full game is 10.5, which is telling because yesterday's line was 11, moved to 11.5. So they're coming at you saying there's probably going to be less runs scored than that. Well, why? Why would the question, why are there going to be less runs scored? And the reality is it's starting pitching. Robbie Ray, in the favorite position, he's 8-0 to the under. Couldn't be any more clean. Just if he's a favorite, he's mowing them down. And they're going under by 3.5 runs a game in those spots as well. So I said to myself, do we want to fuck with the 10.5? No. I want to get in and out of this thing. I found an under 5.5 at -105. I don't know what we see with the full game on this thing. I do know San Francisco's been in a spot where they haven't scored some runs. Yesterday was that anomaly, and it was that 9th inning. So we separate all of that from everything else and say, hey, Dougie Wise, yeah. But the problem is, look at the numbers. We did the numbers before. I showed the difference between, I don't disagree. I mean, look, I don't disagree at all, but I showed the difference between a $500 bettor and a $300 bettor. If you increase your bets by 2, I believe it was 2. I got to look at the numbers. I'll pull it up one of these days. You increase your risk by 18%. 18% increase in risk. You increase your profit by almost 35%. It's a 2-to-1 equation. By playing more. It's more fun to have more games out there anyways. But you got to be a 60% hitter, right? You're going to be refilling your bankroll if you if you play a lot of games and you suck. Fortunately, we have not had too many of those spots, so it's all good. Trevor Davis says, that's what I did. I did the under in this game. Cool. Kelly V says, Toronto, stacked batters today. Colorado, stacked batters as well. I might take this full game. I may take the full game. We'll see. That's going to do it for the Major League Baseball component here. Got a little Usman money line? Little Usman money line. I don't know why I stopped. All right. We got a Scud missile. Maybe my confidence is high because we've been absolutely fucking dominating. That could be the case. We'll see. It's exciting. It's game 3. It's the NBA Finals. Final. And we got a live stream tonight. So it's going to be a lot of fun to follow the action onto the finish line here tonight. -4.5. Road favorites, the OKC Thunder, have moved to 5.5. 52% of the bets and 55% of the cash on the Thunder. Close to a reasonable split. Heard some insight today I thought was reasonable. If you're looking at money line, chances are you're money lining Texas, Colorado Rockies, and you're probably tying it to a money line with the Pacers. So the books benefit from the Thunder winning. I know we can talk about the books don't always win. I don't know. They don't build those giant castles in the desert for nothing. 226.5 has oscillated. It's starting to come down to 226. 92% of the bets, 91% of the cash are on the over. I'll tell you that there's trends on both sides of this equation for the overs. Both teams have monster 11-0 trends here. Looking to run overs, looking to run pace, which I do think works well for the Pacers. I had to look at this one in look at some of the externalities, some of the factors rolling on around the arena that may or may not contribute to the overall outcome of this game. And those factors are this fucking city hasn't hosted a NBA championship in 20 years? They're going to be fired up right now. Fired up. It's 1-1. OKC snuck that first game. Indiana snuck that first game. Caught OKC napping in that second half because OKC started out strong at home on the home court. OKC came back and kicked the piss out of them in that second game. But it's a split series. It's a best of 5. And in all fairness, Indiana has the home court advantage. They got 2 games at home here. They go back to OKC. That'll be game 5. They come back for game 6. That means they got 3 and 2. So the fans got to do their part to make this thing happen. But it's not just about the fans. I mean, look, it's going to be loud. It's going to be intense. It's going to be a championship playoff atmosphere. OKC hasn't been on the road for over 2 weeks. That's a big factor here. I think that contributes to a feel them out slower start with fucking fans that are drunk and rowdy and fired up. First home game in an NBA Finals in 20 years. I think man for man, especially with the big guns, Miles Turner, Halliburton, and Siakam are dudes you don't want to fuck with. They're physical, and you're going to get the calls in your favor as a physical team at home, I believe. We talked about the penalties yesterday for the NHL, or was it 2 days ago? When was the final? When was it 2 days ago? 140 penalty minutes, whatever that. But Edmonton got the whistles at home, and then Florida got the whistles at home. And I believe that's the same thing we see when it comes to the NBA. So I suspect if foul trouble happens, it's not till the second quarter or even towards the end of the game for the overall Indiana Pacers. I expect a fast start. I expect Indiana to come out there and take these boys down in the first quarter on the money line at plus 125. Straight up. I don't need the points. Keep your points. If it's a tie, so be it. I mean, I think they're fighting. They're either winning or they're getting busted up. And I think they're going to be winning. The reason I feel strong about them winning is because if you look at margins, first of all, NBA Finals teams that are at home off a loss come back and stomp in that first half the following game. That home cooking is good looking. Think about the margins. Listen to these margins. NBA Finals first half teams off a loss +5. That means they're outscoring their opponents by 5 points in the first half. Home favorites off a loss. If you want to look at these two teams side by side in first halves, this is data accessible. Anybody can get their hands on it. Indiana off a loss in the first half, outscoring opponents by 15 points. OKC off a win on the road, being outscored by 10 points in the first half. Play number 2. Indiana Pacers plus 3.5. 3's fine. If you can only get a 2.5, okay. Maybe think about a live bet. And then play number 3, I think they put them down here. I do think that the books need this number. They need OKC to win. I think this will be a grueling battle towards the end. But I'll take 6.5 points. I bought it up a point. It was minus 130. The reason I did that is because at 5.5, it's moved a little bit, but I just have this number of 6 stuck in my head. So I thought it was this is the Scud missile. Load them up, fire it away. First quarter, first half, full game. First quarter, no points necessary. I think they come out there and handle business. I think OKC gets that brick to the side of the face that makes them wake up a little bit in the first half, and they close the gap. Maybe they even pull up 1 or 2 and win that first half. But then I think the full game is too many points. I think this is a tighter game than we see out there. No reason for it not to be. Redbeard says he's proud of me. This Pacers for the dub. You guys like it? I see that. I like to see that for sure. Two-time Bets wants to hit the Pacers money line when they're down with the DK booster. Peter Crosby says, living out of a suitcase and no home cooking. Look out. I agree. And I think this game runs pace. That's why I prefaced it by saying early, both trends for these teams in this spot trend to overs. You ever get a message and you're like, ugh. Redbeard, shout out to Brian Wilson. A young Beach Boy. Great movie out there, by the way, with the Beach Boys and Brian Wilson, R.I.P. lying in bed, just like Brian Wilson did. I don't know if anybody knows that one. I feel like I bring in a new song for you guys each time out there. There we go, Joe Dub. OKC this postseason on the road, 0-7 against the spread. Interesting. I'm rolling. I'm in. My feet are taped to the pedals on that one. Let me give you guys a couple of player props that I'm going to get invested in as well. I'm not going to play. I'm in on the Pacers. So these are just some other spots that I was looking at. These correlate to me. SGA under 34.5 points. If you're looking for same game parlay action, double teams, lots of defensive pressure on this guy. He's the guy you got to shut down. 11 from 22 on the field 21 on the field the last game. 8 assists, 5 rebounds, 4 steals in 36 minutes was a great performance from him. But he was at home. I don't know if he can back that up. I like Shea to go under his 34.5 points. But it's correlated because I'm dyed into the Indiana Pacers. The only way for the Pacers to do what I need them to do is for them to shut that guy down. Which brings me to a correlated point with Siakam. I like Siakam over 19.5 points. Kason Wallace is the young man lined up to block this guy. Okay, I get it, but 15.7 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 blocks in game 2. That was on the road. 15 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 blocks. He only went 3 of 11 in field goals. I don't suspect he does that. Double-double in game 1. He had 19 points and 10 rebounds. The line's being set at 19.5. I think they're foreshadowing this guy's ability to go out there and cover those 19.5 points. So there's some correlated points if you guys are looking for same game parlay. Under for SGA at 34.5. Over for Siakam at 19.5. And we'll keep our eyes on those spots out there. There it is. Oh, I just realized I haven't. Yeah. You got it, Ron Young. You got it. Little BNL. One of the best concerts I've ever been to was at what the hell? I can't think of the name of the island now. It starts with an R, doesn't it? Out in New York there? Between the I want to say Rutgers Island or Rikers Island. I know neither one of those is right. Wow, it's been a minute. It's been a minute. Anyways, Triborough Bridge. Bare Naked Ladies opened up for Dave Matthews Band. Yeah, those are some of my jams back in the day. Rolling on to the WNBA. Yeah, I got plays in the WNBA too. We're fire. When you're seeing the board clearly, you open up, you turn those hips, and you fucking smack the bookie with everything you got. I'm going to pop off with this first game of the Minnesota Lynx, the Storm, the old Seattle Storm, a 9-0 Lynx team coming into this thing undefeated on the season. The Seattle Storm at 5-4. Trendage is the term. Trendage is what we got. When you got over streaks, the books over adjust. We've talked about this time and again. The WNBA is a very sharp betted sport. They got to attract these bettors in, and when the overs just keep cashing, they don't know what to do. They don't have enough action to kind of balance their books, so they just overinflate these lines. And what we see here is a 169 and 137 trend to the under. It's good enough for me. I'm going to jump in. You know, when we look at these lines and overall performances, when you're talking about the trendage and what we've got going on out there, you know, both these teams can go out there and fire. I think that the Minnesota Lynx defense is going to be what's, you know, they're undefeated. They go out there, they smother. We've cashed on some unders. They do have back-to-back unders. They've gone under in 3 of their last 4. This number's way down. That last game was 166.5 too on top of it. I don't know. I just like this under spot to me. This is, I'm going to play the trends when it comes to the WNBA because sharp betting. And then that numbers, you're going to move these numbers for me. So I'm going to jump in. That's the first game I got there with an under. I wish I could give you guys more than that here from a time constraint. We got 2 minutes left. We're up against it. Last spot I took are the Dallas Wings. It's not a comfortable position. I just think it's too many points. This Dallas Wings team, you know, they're 1-9. They're not having a season at all. But Phoenix Mercury are only 6-4. I was looking at who the Phoenix Mercury just kind of rifled off some plays against out there. They're a win one, lose one team, so there's no real stability or continuity in the offense. They got 5.5 against Seattle, that team that we just talked about that plays defense and is 5-4. And they got busted up by 12 points. They played the Valkyries. The Valkyries, I don't know. Skunt Blaster's got the fucking key to the Valkyries here with his play the other day. The Mercury beat them up 86-74. They were laying a 6. This is a team, I think, that with the Mercury, especially playing against a shit team like Dallas, you don't know how many points to put on the line. Fact is, the Dallas Wings have only covered one of their last 5 games even. I took a shot. I took the points. I thought, I wouldn't be surprised. This is just a sneaky gut reaction. A friend of mine and I were talking earlier today about this one, and he was like, Dallas is going to start winning at some point. And he thinks it could be tonight. So I'm going to get involved with it. I'm rolling with it. That's the way we're going to play the game out there. Second play of the day. I got the 7.5 with the Dallas Wings. Those are just a couple of gut checks here till we get some more data behind us here. But we've been pretty accurate with the WNBA thus far. So just using games and measures, just using numbers as our friends out there. It's an hour on the dot. Yeah, I know Riker says the jail. God, it's going to bother me. Dougie Weiss says, Mikey, the Oilers are done, aren't they? Could be. Not Roosevelt Island. It's not Roosevelt Island. Well, maybe it's Roosevelt Island now. I don't know. I'll think about it. It'll come back to me. Maybe we'll get it later tonight, you guys. That's all I got for you here. Make sure you smash that thumbs up button. I got to do some recording for the contest. I got to do some recording with the MMA boys, MMA Jeff and Subhuman Gaucho. You guys got to get out there and watch that golf video. It just hit the streets. Go out there, check it out. Throw a thumbs up on it. I don't care if you listen to it or not. Fucking mute it. But just hit the thumbs up button. Let it run all the way through. It's 8 minutes long. You could do that for me. That's all I ask. Let it run all the way through. It's going to kill me what the name of that island is now. We're up to Triborough Bridge. Anyways, That's how we put the bow on this show. Let's stay hot. Let's keep her going, man. It's been a great couple of days. I'm having a lot of fun with you guys, watching you guys with these RBIs, and I hope you're having a lot of fun doing what we're doing as well. We'll be live at 8:30. We'll pop the top. Take down the bookshop here if we can with our action and live betting. You remember, we were 4-0 the last live NBA stream out there. Good luck to everybody tonight with your action. Tip your servers. Put the like button out there on the golf video.